Anyway, we had a couple of things happen this week. Shall we start with the news?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, we had two things. We had the Nintendo Indie World Showcase, which I think we can go through.
I did not watch it.
I did not watch it, but I had an oh moment, which Josh and I will talk about a little bit later.
Known platformers co-host John Mobley. John Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Surprise.
Yeah, so couple of games. We had Soundfall, which I know you two were into.
We've played.
And I'm guessing we're going to be talking about that a little bit later.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Cool. Then we had, I just noted the ones that looked interesting to me. So if there's anything else that sticks out to you guys, feel free to mention it.
Didn't watch it, so I literally have no idea.
Then Wild Frost, which I don't remember what it was about, but I remember being like, oh, okay. And it's out this holiday. Then there was another, and inevitably most of these, when they popped up and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. It was like, hey, this is a Devolver game. And it's like, of course it is, because they have my number. Gumbrella was the one. That's coming out next year and looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that's one though. I watched the trailer and I was like, this is so far out that it's not that I'm going to forget about it, but like I'm just not going to think about it right now. But it looks very, very cool.
Yeah. Then Cult of the Lamb, which is coming out this year, another Devolver game. Then Cursed to Golf, which is a game that I had forgotten about.
I've heard that name, and I thought that was a really funny name.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun. After as somebody who like was never really into sports games, even like sports RPGs or something, I really did enjoy Golf Story. I had a really fun time with it. And that was one of the games that I reviewed actually for Nintendo. And Cursed to Golf kind of has that same energy. So I'm excited to check that out.
If you don't want to wait, that is in early access right now. Cursed to Golf.
On PC?
On Steam. It's
cool.
Steam Deck supported. There was some YouTuber I was watching that. I think it was probably Bob Wolf, who I watch a lot of YouTubers. I feel like I plug him like every week, and I don't know why. But yeah, he was playing that on there and said it was really good.
Man, sometime in the next month-ish, I'll be getting.
I gotta keep going.
But yeah, One Shot, which is a game that's been out on PC for a long time, has come to Switch, which seems like a kind of interesting game. Gibbon Beyond the Trees, which is like a game about swinging around, being a little monkey boy.
Being a gibbon.
Yep. Then Card Shark, which has a demo out now, which looks like a poker game, like a digital.
I was gonna say, is it a poker game where you play as a shark? Because
that would be dope.
That would be great.
I think
that would
it's
be
just
much
like
better.
you're sitting around. It's kind of got the. It's kind of got that like Nidhogg 2 kind of aesthetic, but like from first person. It's like that jaggy kind of. You can tell it's put together, like the framework of like kind of single ply art. I'm not really sure how to describe it.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that, and then there's Opus Echo of Star Song, which looked cool, but it chugged on the stream. So I'm hoping that there's also going to be like a PC version of this game, because that looked cool, and I didn't want to run into the like RIME issue, RIME, where like that game on PC was totally fine and on PlayStation and stuff, but on Switch it like did not run well. Which is why I'm excited for my Steam Deck, because it is going to run all of these games better than they run on Switch.
So they say.
You hope, yeah.
You hope. But was there anything else, Chris, on the thing?
There was one that I thought looked really cute. The little crab guys.
Oh yeah.
It's like Dark Souls, but with crabs. It's like a 3D action game.
I did see that on Polygon, I think.
I thought that looked cute.
Funny.
Yeah.
That was the only one that really stuck out, though. I was actually kind of not.
It was super short. It was like 12 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean they usually aren't too crazy, but there weren't a lot of games there that I felt like were there for me.
No.
But there were definitely like, Ooblets. I think will be big.
I've been seeing stuff about that game for years.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been showing that game for a
insane
while.
that's still not out. And then remember with the whole controversy, like they had their whole like debacle when they were like, we're going to be exclusive to the Epic Store, and then everybody was like,
What do you mean?
F that.
Yeah.
And I'm
Now
like,
who-
wow,
now
all
who
of you guys
cares?
feel so strongly about ooblets. Could not be me. But yeah.
It was a very odd. I mean, I think people were just latching onto whatever because they were
'Cause it's
very
Epic.
anti-Epic Game Store. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they were like, "Oh, another game, getting swallowed up by the machine. Better
Yeah.
yell at them for it or something."
Yeah. It's pretty dumb, but it happens.
As of today, my expected deck order date, calculated from 2,520 data points out of a possible 7,952 data points, is May 30th,
So soon.
which is 2 weeks from today.
Hopefully that is correct.
The day of Memorial.
The day of my daughter's wedding.
That's right.
On this, the day of Memorial.
If my daughter gets married in 2 weeks, we're gonna have a lot of
We're
problems.
I'm gonna have a lot of
problems.
questions.
I'm gonna be polishing up the old shotgun.
And he might not have a lot of answers.
Honestly, science is gonna have a lot of questions.
Yeah. So that was that. And now let's get on to the just general summary. I didn't think it was that impressive, but there were some cool games. I'm mostly interested in checking out like where those things already exist. Just because. Although, I will say one thing that I liked was, did you guys see that piece that came out about whatever the Switch 2 is going to be?
No.
Where
I'm done. I'm done reading them. I'm done. Show it to me.
Nintendo,
Show me when it's a PR,
Yeah.
slip from them at this point.
It wasn't a slip. It was I think there was somebody who actually said something. Hold on, let me actually pull this up. But I believe that this was prompted when somebody was talking to Reggie about something.
We have been hearing about a Switch Next for 4 years now.
No. Here we go.
Since 2017 when it came out and things got choppy in The Lost Woods and Breath of the Wild. That's
this is
really
from
when it
Nintendo's
started.
president. So this is not rumors. This is not speculation. Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa wants to make the move on to the next generation, quote, as smooth as possible.
Sure.
Yeah, they
So-
talked about this in Digital Foundry.
They contrasted
Yeah.
this with they were talking about the enormous success on the Wii and the DS and the difficulty in moving from Wii to Wii U and DS to 3DS, which had really rocky launches. So they're trying to get that stuff over. I forget. We are focusing on building long-term relationships with our consumers through Nintendo accounts, while continuing. There's some other stuff that they go into where they talk about non-gaming stuff, but one of the ideas is that they may be looking to basically make the Switch 2 just a bigger, better version of this, which is what I want. It's basically all that I
I'm
want.
sure
from
it's what a
Nintendo.
lot of people want because they have kind of just nailed whatever, the formula.
Yeah.
They've combined their two things, right? They had a handheld division and they had their normal,
and they
gaming
cross the
division,
streams.
and they just crossed the streams, and I don't feel like there's any going back really at this point. So
I hope not. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
interesting.
so against, and granted, I guess Switch Online kind of is as well. It's so against everything they've done up until now, and
Mhm.
it's just so against what you expect Nintendo to do. Where, oh my God, we released another console. It's another opportunity to sell Mario Brothers for $5.
Yeah.
Ideally, if this is going to be running, if this is going to be a PS4 to PS5 situation, or Xbox to Series situation, all those games will port over. They'll have a similar slot that you can pop your physical games into. My bet is it won't, and it'll be different, because Nintendo gonna Nintendo, and they like to dick over the physical crowd as much as they can a lot of the time. I'd love to be wrong though. Like it's just
And they did that on DS, going from
They
Game Boy to
did.
DS, which I loved.
yeah.
But
I
there's only
just
so many times you can do that when you're changing the form factor of the cartridges.
well, and
Yeah.
I wonder how much they like they're already taking sorry, they're already taking a loss selling these physical games, right? Or at least they cost more to manufacture than they would if they had a disc-based system, which obviously they can't do. Because you can't have moving components in a handheld like that, or at least you shouldn't.
And it's not that fast. Like, it's not as fast.
Yeah, it's
so.
just not.
I mean, PSP did it, but they had to make
PSP,
a whole
notoriously
proprietary thing.
successful and good system.
It was.
No, it was.
PSP sold really well. What are you talking about?
It sold really well, but
I mean,
like,
it wasn't like
great.
DS numbers, but like.
But like, show me a
PSP was
UMD
great.
that doesn't look like it was run over by a car.
Or was actually run over by a car.
Yeah, a lot of them have not like stood the test of time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what there is to say about it at this point. Only because like
We don't have to talk more. I just wanted to
No.
point out that like I'm talking about.
It's
I don't want to buy
interesting.
this again, but like they may actually respect my purchases moving into the future.
I would love for them to do that. I just have zero faith that they will. Like
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
never, outside of the DS to 3DS jump and the Game Boy.
Or I guess the Wii to Wii U, like you still, if you bought stuff on the Wii shop, you could still access
But
it.
you
right?
Well,
could-
your GameCube games also played on your Wii. You know.
and not on your GameCube, and that was literally a software choice. The only reason that you couldn't play GameCube games on the Wii U is because they didn't decide to put the GameCube ports on it. Physically, it was capable of playing GameCube games.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can mod a Wii U and mod the VUE on it, and like it will work exactly the same way. They just were like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
And I mean, not that I think it would have made a huge difference, but like,
because they're a toy company and not a tech company.
yeah. But at some point, like, especially if, and we've talked about this before, but like, if the Steam Deck does start to take off in the way that we kind of want it to,